Hello there. I thought I'd do a poetry reading. This poem I actually wrote in 2022, so it's quite an old poem. The reason I decided to revisit this one was because I've never been completely happy with some of the words and how it was written. So I've gone back and improved some of those. I've also added an extra verse, or stanza as they say in poetry. I prefer to call them verses because I tend to see my poems more as songs rather than poems. So I've added a verse and I think it's improved it and it helps to make the story better, flow better, and generally improve it, really. Uh, this one's quite a serious poem, and it's really up to the reader and the listener to ascertain the meaning of it, who it's about, what it's about, and the themes behind it. Anyway, it's called To Be Perfectly Frank. I have to be honest, I have to be true, and say that I didn't want to be with you. On that Dutch trip, that time we spent, was another reason why I went. I didn't want to spend my entire stay drinking in pubs and bars, or waste each day smoking away while looking at the stars. I went to pay my respects to a girl whose writing I've always adored. Her thoughts they shone like a pearl, thoughts never heard before. Her words were read, would be forever, giving voice to hopes and fears. By the old and young, all together, never fade with passing years. But before she did all she wanted to do, and say all she wanted to say, she was taken out of the blue, her life cruelly snatched away. But what she did was more than enough. She'd always be cherished, admired. And through her words of hope and love, millions would be inspired. And one fine day, I looked up to see her face just as it was before, smiling down so happily, waving from her window once more. So that's what I was doing on that trip, while you sat and smoked and drank. It's from her cup of wisdom I'll sip, to be honest, to be perfectly frank. Thank you.